So let's pick up some phone calls here. Pam in Columbus, Ohio. Hey, Pam, what's on your mind today?
Hi. I just wanted to make a couple statements. I'm so grateful that sane people came together and ousted this very dangerous person from our White House. I don't think he's gone. I think he's still got a cult following that we have to watch. But I also want President Biden to be aware that there's not going to be any unity in this country until Trump, and especially those that aided him, are held accountable. I'm tired of the Democrats trying to say, well, for the good of the country, we've got to let this slide. Well, it's slid as far as it's going to go.
Yeah.
That's how I feel.
Yeah, we tried that in '74, and it didn't quite work out.
Right. We just look weak, And as far as
well, and not only that, it established a precedent for Republican presidents breaking the law and getting away with it.
Absolutely, yes. And nobody's going to make the Trump supporters worse. They're as bad as they're going to get. Nothing we do is going to placate them or make them see Joe Biden as a legitimate president. So, I think they should go ahead and completely impeach him in the Senate, although I don't have a lot of confidence in Lindsey Graham and McConnell, definitely. But to
that point, Pam, if I could just interrupt you for just a moment and speak to that point. Sure. During World War II, World War II was brought about by cult followings of fascist leaders in Japan with Tojo and in Germany with Hitler. And in both cases, you had people who, right up until the very end of the war, and even for some months after the war, were willing to die for these people that they had just basically sworn their lives to. And I think there are some analogies to the fervent followers of Donald Trump. And what it took to break that cult, to break the back of that cult, was the Nuremberg trials that exposed to the world and irrefutably to all Germans the horrors of the Nazi regime, and the trial of Japanese war criminals as well, and the emperor coming out and saying no, it was all a lie, and because Hirohito was allowed to remain in office, but he had to do some serious crow eating, and until it took that reckoning, that very serious reckoning, to shatter the cult. In other words, to cause people to wake up and go, "Oh my God, I've been following a cult leader all these years," that kind of thing. And I think we're in a very similar place, and that's why I completely agree with you that there has to be accountability. Back to you, Pam.
Yes, I thank you. That makes me see it in a different way, that possibly they will come around. I live in Ohio, so it's hard for me to believe. Any cult member will come around, but I think that's right. I think that's why so many of the people that crashed through the Capitol building thought they wouldn't get in trouble. It's like, oh, they'll slap us on the wrist and send us on our way. But I'm glad to see that they are tracking them down, and it gives me a little bit of hope, and I and all my friends, it's like we're finally feeling a little bit better because, President Biden did actually get in. I was afraid that the Russians or whoever would really be able to steal the election again. And I've followed Trump for a long time since he said those disgusting things about his daughter, and I don't know why people don't see how evident it is how deep he is in with the Russians, especially money-wise. So
and now also the Saudis, and he's got business deals in China, and it's happening all. But the people who helped him get elected, certainly, and I'm with you, Pam, and we have to have a reckoning. I mean, it was necessary at the fall of the apartheid regime in South Africa also, kind of breaking a cult, in that case, the cult of white supremacy that held so many people in both in chains, in bondage, and and held their minds in South Africa. And that has to come. Pam, I want to move along, but thank you for the call. It's great to hear from you. Tony in Yakuts, Oregon. Hey, Tony, what's on your mind today?
Hi, Thom. Thanks for taking my call. God, where do I start? The last couple of weeks have been so chaotic, and for that matter, they were just the end of the last 4 years. But when in terms of how it has affected me, starting with the fear. I noticed in the last couple of weeks I've settled down. I don't look at my phone in the middle of the night as much. I don't look at my Twitter feed as much. That's gone away. But and I look at my grandchildren, who I haven't seen in over a year since the lockdown, but I do Zoom with them, and I have a more hope for them, and I can't explain, having seen the feed that you and C-SPAN was giving us this morning. It was like, I don't know, if you banished evil from a location. It's almost as if evil was just dispensed. It was exorcised. And I hope that God, all the electronic devices that were left behind in the White House and all these, just the spirit. I don't think we have enough sage in America to clean out the bad juju they left in the house. But it is hopeful. I feel really, really hopeful for the first time in 4 years. Now, I am old enough to know history, and history tells me that his followers who, I know Northern Ireland and how people wanted to just have a separate country. And I know how the underground works all over the world, and Nazis are known, or let's say fascists, they're known for violence. And now they've seen they've been in there for 4 years, and they know our underbelly. They know our weaknesses, and we've got to be vigilant. Anyway, thank you for taking my call. That's how I feel. I love your show, and good luck to all of us.
Thank you, Tony. Yeah, amen. And God bless us, everyone.